What's up, man?
Chilling.
So, my name is B.Cave. I'm here. My man Max Mitchell.
What's up?
As you may or may not know, we just dropped a new project called Sojourner, 7-song hip hop EP. And, we thought it'd be nice to just sit down, have a little conversation about it, little other things we got going on in life, and, just let y'all get to know us a little bit better. So, here we are.
Questions.
We have some questions we're going to pick, go back and forth, and just chop it up a little bit, We're here at Hollywood to Paris Studios in Mid-City, California. So, let's get started.
Yes, sir.
How you doing today, Max?
I'm chilling. Fucking can't drive. Walked here. Sweating, but it's nice and chilly in here. So
Nice. All right, man. You pick the first one.
all right, let's go. Greatest movie of all time.
Oh, Good Will
I'm
Hunting.
asking you or okay. Word.
Good Will Hunting.
Good one. Good pick.
Yeah. As a mass,
Yeah, you got to rep.
I got to rep. There's a lot of great movies that were made in Boston, but that's definitely my top one.
That's a tough one. The Town.
The Town. Another fire Boston movie.
Yeah, man. I mean, had to stick with the theme.
Yeah. But honestly, no bullshit. That's in my top 5 too. I can't even, I don't know if it's the Boston jadedness in me, but those two and The Departed are all in my top 5.
Oh yeah, actually, I changed my answer to The Departed. That's, can't beat it.
Wavelengths. All right, cool. So let's see. What was the biggest struggle for you with Sojourner?
I mean, frankly, it was like a time I was moving, so that was just like the biggest struggle. But honestly, not that big of a deal at the end of the day.
No doubt.
But yeah, that was definitely number one for me.
All right, for sure. I think mine was mixing.
Yeah, countless hours.
Countless hours of mixing. We mixed and produced the whole project ourselves. So when it came down to that, it's you get so used to the you get demo-itis
Yeah.
with the first versions of shit that you have.
Yeah.
So it's once you get to a certain point and stuff starts sounding different because of the mix,
Right.
you're just man, this sounds like shit.
Yeah.
What the hell? I've been working on
me-
this for fucking 5 sessions.
Yeah, man. For me, it's if you go too into it and you do too many remixes and whatever, you start to hear each sound individually.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck, this sounds like shit. Just scrap the whole fucking thing. You don't even hear the song anymore. You just hear a bunch of bells and whistles.
Your fuck ups.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, that's one thing I definitely took from this project as well is to kind of just, maybe not even, I mean, mixing is important, but there's only a certain level amount of time that you can spend on something before you don't want to do it anymore. So I think my goal after this and just from here on out is to just mix to taste, and sometimes that demo doesn't even need as much as you really think it does.
And nobody fucking knows the difference anyway.
No one knows the difference. No way though. I literally spent 3 sessions mixing that shit, trying to get it to sound a certain way, and after those 3 sessions, I literally decided that the raw mix was the best one.
That's how it usually goes.
I spent fucking 16 hours on that shit that
man.
didn't do anything. But, it's a learning process.
Exactly. All right.
Your turn.
What's your favorite song on the project?
Ooh. That's a tough one because it's mood-wise.
I got an answer.
You got an answer?
Yeah.
I'd have to say Young Soprano.
Word. Mine's Reap What You Sow.
Okay, for sure. Why?
Again, hard vibes, dude.
Hard vibes?
Yeah, it's it's the most turn up song I think we've made.
Yeah, for sure. Nah, that shit's tight. It was I don't know, different. That was one thing about this project too. We were trying different shit.
Definitely.
This
Not as different as the next tape though.
not as different as the next one. Next
Shit'll
one's gonna
be
be crazy.
Israeli pop.
Israeli pop. We going for it. Norwegian trans metaphysical synthwave. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, what venue do you want to sell out the most?
House of Blues, Boston, baby.
House of Blues? Shit. I'm trying to sell out
Any venue, please.
Any venue. Nah. I mean,
anything out here
House
would be
of
sick.
Blues. Anything out here would be sick. But I think when it comes down to it, what's that fucking arena in Europe? Wembley or some shit?
I have no idea.
Nah, like something crazy, bro. Fenway Park.
That would be fucking lit.
Fenway
I
Park.
saw Foo Fighters there. It was cool.
Man, that's it right there. Grew up in Fenway. If I sell out Fenway Park, then I need to
That's
do
the
much
ultimate
else.
dream for sure.
Yeah,
In terms of selling out like venues.
for real. So we going for it. Big ups. Big
Yes,
ups.
sir.
Big ups. All right, you're up, man.
Who's the greatest producer of all time? Number one producer of all time.
Kanye West.
Timbaland.
Good. Okay, for sure. That's an arguable answer.
Yeah.
There's a lot of,
I mean, both like peak right at the right time or the same
Right.
time, I would say.
and like, Quincy Jones is obviously in the conversation if we're talking all time, Rick Rubin, but
In terms of like modern influence, Kanye for sure.
yeah, bro, Kanye, man, so much going on with him now that it's just like people getting a bad taste in their mouth because of him. And it's just, man, people forget about what the fuck he did
He's all over
and
the fucking
continues to
place.
do. That man changed culture more than once.
Yeah. Sometimes not for the
Sometimes not for the better, but for the most part,
yeah, you gotta acknowledge it for sure.
man, he's the one who inspired me to make beats, I will say.
I don't think I have. My brother did that shit for me. I wasn't
Mm.
even really like. I just played guitar.
Yeah, right? So he kind of like got you into like Ableton and cooking
Yeah.
up with that shit?
Yeah.
That's fire. Yeah, Kanye was definitely that type of person for me. When I was first hearing the Blueprint in early Jay-Z, those beats, those sample-based,
Yeah, man.
crazy, Heart of the City, bro. That's the one. Heart of the City.
That's the main reason.
That beat that's low-key my favorite beat of all time. Like, that's always been my answer to the, if you could have made one beat,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just the way that he flipped that. And no bullshit, up until probably 4 years ago, I thought Timbaland made that beat.
Damn.
So I loved that beat that much,
Yeah.
thinking that Timbaland made that shit.
Yeah.
And then one day I was just going down a rabbit hole of song credits Kanye had.
I mean, he may have been involved. I don't really know.
He's the sole production
Oh shit.
on that.
Alright.
So I was like, because I was like going through his music, so I was like, man, this dude really influenced me. Like, what else did he do?
Yeah.
And then I was like, damn, this dude really made my favorite beat of all time. Like, that's crazy.
That's wild.
But yeah, man, that shit is sick. All right. What does this project mean to you?
To me, I think
It's
it's
a good
like
one.
it's like a turning point for us because like we're having like regular shows for the first time ever. Like back, before I moved out to LA, it was mainly again my brother putting these shows together, but we would do everything ourselves. So we would like do all the planning, get all the artists, had to make sure they would actually show up, security, fucking selling tickets, promotion,
Yeah.
all that shit. So you'd go probably 6 months between every show just because the planning process was so long. But now it's like we just are getting booked and we like have multiple shows a month and it's sick.
Yeah, bro. Hell yeah.
And like I think this, releasing this album is what started that for sure.
Word. I agree, bro. This shit, like, definitely was I agree that it was a turning point. You know what I'm saying? This is definitely the best project we've put together so far. And like a collection of the best music we've made so far. And I think this one kind of brought us to the solidifying point of the sound that we've been working on for the past
Yeah.
couple of years.
Yeah.
Like songs that I hear, such as Catamaran and those, just the nuances of shit like that. I'm like, this is the sound that we've been trying to create for the past couple of years through, I mean, every time we work on shit, we have a different target, but this was kind of a curated sound that I think works well together.
It's like all the aspects of it just like polished or whatever.
Yeah, we definitely started taking different inspirations from different shit and putting it into one project that definitely ended up being really cool. Like I don't listen to a lot of my music and I've been listening to this project still. Um and with the live show shit, come on, bro. Like you just said, this is the first time I've ever been getting booked for shit.
Yeah.
So being able to perform that stuff, and when we did that live show in Santa Monica with the band, and we performed the whole project
Yeah, that shit was lit.
with the live band, like that was before the project was even out. So that shit in itself is like a huge, I still feel like we're obviously still working our way up, but this for me was at least the first step off the basement
Yeah.
floor.
No, you got some momentum.
Yeah, I felt, the Soprano video was a huge step. The just everything everything since then, I don't really give a shit about numbers that much, but the reaction from people is cool,
Very positive.
very positive, and this is just another step in the right direction. Definitely a
agree more.
cool thing. Yeah, and personally, low key, the idea of having the flight attendants and a project based around a travel, I've had the name Sojourner in my head as a word that I want to use for a project name for probably like 2 or 3 years now. So, yeah, so that when I heard that word, I basically heard that word from J. Cole put out the song Sojourner. Well, actually, it was Rhapsody's song with J. Cole on it. And I heard that song and I was like, this shit's super fire, whatever. I had never heard the word before. So I looked into the word and it just really resonated with me with like what it means as just being the definition of it is somebody that goes to a place and only stays for a short amount of time.
Yeah. I mean, I know it from American history.
Yeah.
So truth.
Right. So
That's it.
that resonated with me right off rip because that's what I've been doing my whole life basically. If it's not traveling, it's going to a new school, going to
Yeah,
Florida,
man, I
going to
feel
Italy. Just that was a word that really resonated with me. So even in college, I had come up with the idea of like, I think it'd be super sick to do a Sojourner project and have it be the flight attendants in it, whatever.
Yeah.
And we came up with a concept. I just happened to be flying. I fucking recorded those are real recordings of me on the airplane,
Right.
recording the flight
Voice
attendant
memos up and shit.
voice memos.
They're like, can I have some champagne?
Yeah, on some shit. So
The guy
those were
next
the
to you, like, I need
flights.
to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, those were the flights from LA going back home to shoot the Young Soprano video.
Word. That's
So
sick.
yeah, so that's where that came from.
Shout out voice
Yeah,
memos.
shout out voice memos. I got a lot of gold in my voice memos that I haven't gone through.
I fuck around with some lo-fi shit too, and like I have like a random voice memo of me just walking on like a gravel pathway. And it, like it's the perfect whatever you call it, like Foley for the back.
Yeah, just like different things to put in there, and it's a cool way to get your ideas out. But yeah, man, this is a cool way to take an idea that I've had for a while and bring it to life and actually put it out into the world. To get a good response on it is really cool.
Yeah, man. Agreed. Shout out the fans.
Shout out everybody, man. Shout out to everybody that's helped us make this shit. It's just been a beautiful process.
Drumsticks or flats, and then follow up question: ranch or blue cheese?
Oh, dude. Drumsticks. And I don't know how well this is gonna go over.
Yeah.
But I don't fuck with either of those.
Damn.
No ranch or blue cheese.
Worcestershire.
I want sauce on my wings, and I'm cool.
I'm flats and blue cheese.
Okay, for sure. That was good. Who are your top 3 musical influences?
Jack White. Not like I don't know, like hip hop as a whole is fucking sick. Like I fuck with every artist and producer in their own right, and I draw influence from them all. But in terms of like what I grew up on, definitely like White Stripes, Nirvana. I guess like fucking Outcast is sick.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah. That's it.
All right, word. So there was like a top few.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, excuse me. Mine, Mac Miller for show, probably number one.
Mhm.
I can't even question that. J. Cole, Jay Z, um, and then just to make it a five, Kanye West and the Beatles.
No doubt.
Those are the top three. Is tough to narrow it down because I feel like for me personally, I have like production influence,
Yeah, and then
and I have
lyrical.
artist and lyrical influence. Because Kanye hella influenced my production, but I wouldn't say he really influences my lyrics. Maybe
Yeah.
this way that he creates songs, but that's kind of production.
Right.
Um,
I mean, yeah, to be fair, like none of the music I create sounds like any of my influences, but
yeah,
I'm
that's
also
good.
like always trying to like do something different or like create a beat with like a certain artist in mind or something. So
Mm,
it's not really like I guess my influence is like whoever I'm trying to work with at the moment.
okay, for sure.
What was your main inspiration for the project?
Ooh.
Just the word Sojourner?
Sojourner, like the word Sojourner. So to go back a little bit, at the beginning of this year, me and you originally planned on making a full length album. So we were going through the process of making hella music and kind of just figuring out where we wanted to go with it. And then got to the point to we realized that the full length project, we're just not ready for that yet. Like
Yeah.
we didn't have the
We need money.
resources. Yeah, we don't have the resources to do it. And there was just a lot of different vibes that we were creating that I didn't know what I wanted to go into a full length project. So then from there, we had 4 or 5 songs that were already of like this one vibe. I think we had Catamaran, we had No Way Though. I think we had Pray to That.
Mm.
So Young Soprano.
Young Soprano was
Mighty-
more recent for sure.
Yeah, that one
It
might
was-
have came in later.
It was after I moved into my new crib.
Yeah. Oh, I think we had Reap What You Sow without Nevermad's verse on it
Yeah.
for a while too.
Yeah.
So we had all these different pieces, and then, I took those few songs and was like, what is this kind of about? And from there, I was like, yo, this could be the building piece to this Sojourner project that I've been thinking about. I already have the concept. I already have the ideas that I'm going for. But it was really, aside from that, it was really inspired by just traveling. I've been to Europe and I lived in Florida and I moved to Cali out here by myself, and I've done a lot of traveling and been away from home from a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
So not only just my experience with traveling and new experiences, but also like the mental health aspect behind being away from home and, experiencing different things without being with my loved ones and shit like that. So it was a lot of travel experiences, different aspects of us just, being where we're at with the music shit and
Yeah.
trying to figure this stuff out. That was kind of it. I kind of just wanted to relate a little bit more. I feel like I'm in a point in my musical journey where I'm still trying to um, let people in on who I am,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like that's an important part of who I am is just the traveling experiences I've had and mental health and stuff. So definitely just something I wanted to convey, and something that's going to continuously be a part of my music, of course. But yeah, I thought it was just a dope direction to go in for this project. I had a lot of the ideas from jump already. So it was just up to making a couple songs after that.
Musically, I just, B.Cave likes what he likes. And I'm a producer at the end of the day.
But you know what I like now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
that was the inspiration for me. Is like I was trying to make that like New York type like nostalgic hip hop shit, but like specifically with Pray to That, trying to like bring in some other shit as well. But
Yeah, man, it's definitely, we bring our ideas together, and it's kind of, sometimes it's let's find some sound and go from there, but sometimes it's like, yo, this is what I need like for this type of track
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever,
Right.
and some shit it wasn't even meant to, some shit it wasn't even like that, you know what I'm saying? The Catch Me If You Can song was a beat that you sent me
Ages ago.
a long time
Yeah.
ago. And I basically had the idea for the song for mad long. I sat on it for a hella long time. And I sat on it and I was just finally got in the studio and I had a BPM. I literally had the hook and I had a BPM. And I was like,
In mind, you're saying?
yeah, I had the hook and the BPM that I wanted.
Mm.
So from there, I literally just went through my folder of beats that I have from you.
Yeah.
And I was like, what BPM works?
Yeah.
That's literally how I was going off of it.
Yeah.
I was like, what BPM works? And I found that beat. And I was like, all right, let's just cook up. Let's make the song. We'll remake the beat if we have to.
Right.
And then even after the first couple days after the fucking song was made, I was like, all right, yeah, we got to make a new beat, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I was like,
I'm glad
Maybe
you
we don't.
used that one because like, specifically with like the piano in it and shit, it just struck me as a B.Cave beat.
hell yeah. And it's different too, you know, it's more upbeat. That's another thing that we kind of hit on this project too,
More
that we
energy.
hadn't really hit before is like, we've done the soul, chill vibe, whatever. And, you know, we still make a lot of that music. Like, I love that shit. But at the same time, we finally got into like some upbeat
Right. I mean, I think
Let's
that's
move.
coincidentally why we're getting more live shows is because like,
Yeah.
we have that live energy now. so,
Yeah, bro, that Catch Me If You Can song is crazy live.
yeah.
That shit is crazy live. Like, that's what I was gonna say when you asked me about the favorite song. It's like Young Soprano's probably my favorite song on the project, but Catch Me If You Can is my favorite song to perform.
Yeah.
Cause that's the first time I mean, honestly, I made that we had 6 songs. We had the whole project. And I don't do even numbers. So we needed 7. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Because we needed 7. I don't do even numbers up to 10.
This is the artistic process.
This is the artistic process. I don't do even numbers up to 10. 10 or 12 works, but after that, that's it. So we had 6. I was like, we need one more. I'm not putting
we
out.
need to push the release date back.
I'm not putting out a 6-song EP.
Yeah.
That's not happening. So I literally was like, this is what we have. I want to create a like call and response song. I was like, this is what the project is missing, is a call and response track. So I watched the movie Catch Me If You Can, and I was like, this movie not only do I love that shit, and not only do I love Leo DiCaprio, but I fucking related to that shit, and I was just like, this is it, Catch Me If You Can. So I was like, all right, how can I make that a hook? Played around with that in my head, and then I was like, all right, Catch Me. Okay, I was like, that's a call and response, like that might be cool, whatever. But, you know, fast forward, I had the idea for the song, made it be whatever. And then the first time we did it live was at our show in Santa Monica with the live band. And, you know, I was like, I'm going to try this.
Yeah.
So I said, yo, when I say Catch Me, y'all got to say
We had a
this.
good crowd.
We had a good crowd, which was cool. So that was the first time I tried that shit. And I got the response I was looking for.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it in the time. Like, I saw a few people in the front singing it or whatever, because I was out in the crowd wilding out. But I saw the footage back, and I was listening to it, and people were like really yelling that
Right.
shit.
Yeah. No.
And I was like, this is crazy.
The
Like,
low key,
what?
like, that's the thing I didn't expect about performing live is like you barely even like remember what's going on in front of you. Like maybe like little like flashes, but I don't know. You just get you're barely even like seeing. Like
Yeah.
you're just fucking like performing.
Going crazy. Just
Maybe that's just me.
sweating. Nah, bro, I feel it. That's the thing. It's like, like that's one thing I'm working on as a performer is I'm trying to make I want to be conscious of that
Yeah.
so I can personalize experiences.
Right. Have
you
more
know?
crowd work and shit.
Yeah, there was someone told me this. When you're on stage, instead of trying to please the crowd, he was like, pick one fan in the audience and make it the best night of their life.
Right.
And that's going to translate to everybody else. And if it doesn't, one person is going to have
Right.
an amazing night.
Yeah. There's one fan.
And it's like, what else can you
one
do
brick
about
at a
that?
time.
You know what I'm saying? One brick at a time. So I took that I was like, all right, cool. That's a good way to think about it. So that's why when I'm in the crowd and I'm saying "catch me," I'm pointing the mic at people's faces. I want
Right.
them to fucking say that shit to
Yeah.
me. Um, so yeah, that's kind of just a riff about that song, but that's kind of how I feel about that. I don't even remember what the question was, but best rapper of all time.
Drake.
Wow, that's crazy. Um, I don't even have like an accurate response for that because like actually Jay-Z. What am I even saying, bro? That's my guy right there.
Yeah, man. I mean, obviously a very subjective question.
I think Jay-Z.
Word.
I think it's either. I think there's different categories to the best rapper of all time.
Definitely.
But I think all encompassing.
In terms of like the art of rap. Yeah. Jay-Z.
Yeah, Jay-Z or Lil Wayne.
Because like he doesn't write.
He doesn't write.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, Drake.
Jay-Z. Greatest TV show of all time.
Game of Thrones.
Ooh.
Also worst TV show of all time. Simultaneously.
Simultaneously. That's crazy. Contrary to that, I've never watched Game of Thrones.
I mean, I know what you're gonna say, and I've never watched that either.
The Sopranos.
Yeah. I need to though.
Yeah, we just put out a fire song about that shit.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have HBO.
There you go. Yeah, The Sopranos. I think some honorable mentions are Curb Your Enthusiasm,
Classic.
Seinfeld, Larry David's The GOAT,
South Park.
South Park. Yeah, been really into Naruto lately.
Naruto's cool.
That shit is crazy.
Peaky Blinders. Pretty cool.
That shit is crazy, bro. My God.
That's about it. Let me see. Favorite beat on the project.
Okay.
Standalone. Probably Pray to That. I can like listen to that shit on loop, honestly.
Okay. Standalone, and then what about with
As a song.
As a song?
Still Reap What You Sow.
Okay, for sure. I know. Pray to That's super sick with that fucking solo at the end of it. That shit fucking hits every time.
I like the structure and the samples fucking sick. Like it just pleases my ears.
For sure. I don't know, bro. I really fuck with the Fool's Gold beat.
Yeah, it's cool.
That shit is cool as fuck. It's such a vibe. I don't know, man. That Young Soprano beat's crazy too.
Super catchy for sure.
Yeah, that's super.
Definitely the most catchy on the project.
Soprano that fucking makes me feel like Young Soprano. But no, I'd probably say Soprano.
No doubt. Respect.
That one's getting a lot of love from me today.
It's our second to last question.
Second to last question. What would you do differently for the next project?
Make it longer.
Okay.
Or like have enough songs to drop 2 of the same length, like back to back. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just more stuff.
Yeah. More.
Yeah.
That's it. No
Pretty
music.
much.
No musically.
I mean,
music differences.
Not really, because I feel like that would just come with having more stuff. There's like different vibes and shit. But yeah, I mean, maybe have like more of like a storyboard for the whole project. So like song number 4 is gonna be like the moody one or whatever. You know what I mean? Just like have that kind of planned out.
Yeah. I think the way it's released,
The
rollout would be different. I kind of was anxious to get it out just because we had it for a while, and my plan. I had an idea that was different than any project we'd done before that I wanted to test out, and wasn't the best. So my next project will definitely be rolled out differently. I would like to have everything prepared ahead of time. I get ahead of myself because I get excited about wanting to put shit out. So I definitely want to, have shit set in stone, roll it out a little better. I also want to start, making more full original music. Um, as much as I love the sampling game,
Yeah.
I want to start incorporating more, fully original shit with no samples in it, like getting some live drums and shit, because I really want to gear all the music moving forward to be played live.
Mhm.
I also want to start singing more, um, more.
Going more of a classic rock, like opera direction.
Yeah, definitely rock opera
Yeah.
for
Queen,
sure. Queen,
Queen type shit.
Queen inspired. Love Queen.
Type beats.
Queen type beats. But yeah, I think I definitely want to level up and show people more of what I can do in terms of just being hip hop and rap. Um, I have a love for pop and R&B as well,
Mhm.
and stuff like that that I really want to get into. So just expanding on what we can do and on the genre and myself as an artist and testing limits and
Yeah.
going to the next level, bro.
I agree. Try
Yeah.
to like. I feel like songwriting wise, like artist and producer, you know, from each perspective, um, just try to like focus more on making like like timeless classics,
Mm.
basically. Because like I feel like for a while, and this project included, like it's all music I'm proud of, but we are trying to like build a library or like a portfolio, basically.
Right. Yep.
Whereas now it's like okay, you know,
We got a catalog to an extent.
right. So
Yeah.
there's no like urgency. So it's like why not like shake up the game?
Right. Nah, that's definitely how I was feeling because I was like before Sojourner, I was kind of like we have good songs out, but we didn't have music that I was like proud to show people out.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like was one of my main things with this project as well is, just having a body of work out that I'm currently proud of.
Right.
So that is cool, but like you said, it's a lot of the songs weren't geared towards trying to get on radio or
Right.
trying to actually push the limit into greater musicality in general.
Mm.
So that's something I'm definitely trying to get into more. Just increasing the musicality of shit, increasing the depth of words
Yeah.
and the lyrics, and
Storytelling. And whatever.
storytelling, conveying a message more.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely all stuff we're kind of gearing towards the next one.
This is
Last
the
question.
Last one.
Dun dun dun.
Favorite place you've traveled or favorite travel experience?
Mm.
Moving out to LA, honestly. Been best decision in my life.
LA.
Yeah. But I mean I haven't traveled much besides that. Like I was in Europe when I was 1. Don't remember it at all. But yeah, besides that I went to like Montreal
Fire.
and it was cold.
Cold. Word. Mine was I did a semester abroad in Italy, Florence, Italy, and that shit changed my life damn near. I went out there and saw a whole new perspective on the world, and
You're like I am Tony Soprano.
I am Tony Soprano. Nah, I went to Italy, Amsterdam, Germany. I went to Oktoberfest, went to Greece. Did a lot of crazy ass shit out there. So that was definitely, my favorite travel experience so far. Um, I plan on going back sometime soon. European tour coming soon.
Oh yeah.
That's the next goal for real. We want to go on tour, trying to get that together, do a bunch of shows, start hitting different cities, get my face out there because I feel like that's where the music shines the most.
Key to success.
Yeah, that's where the music shines the most, and that's where, at least, I feel like as an artist and performer is like one of my strongest attributes is performing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really trying to showcase that and move that out. And man, I want to go back to Europe so fucking bad. I just want to get paid for it the next time I go.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be ideal.
Right? For real. So
Can countries sponsor you?
I think I could get
Yo,
it.
Europe.
I think I could get it.
Sponsor me.
Italy. I'm looking for some money.
I don't know if they got any.
I need an Italy sponsorship. Should be lit. I don't play soccer or football, but I can rap. Talking to you, Italy.
I think they'll reach out.
I think they'll reach out. I think they'll find me. But no doubt, bro. Good shit.
Yes, sir.
Good shit, man.
Thanks for setting this up.
Of course, bro. Thank y'all for being with us today. It's
Check out
B.Cave.
Sojourner.
Hey, check out Sojourner. Music videos. New one on the way. You already know. It's B.Cave
Max Mitchell.
Peace out.
Another plane got a bad to make. No feelings, ain't no time to waste. New base, she don't feel no way.